And three, two, one. Hey everyone, it's John, your Indian Cine-MANIAC, with another 10ish minute review. So this week we are watching a movie I knew nothing about. It was a viewer recommendation, and it was recommended by Ron M653. You know, the fact that we take recommendations from our viewers and call them by name really got to get you to subscribe, hit the notification button, hit that like button, and please share. I am not alone today. As you can see, when I shoot during the day, you can see my dogs back there. Fenway is the black one, and Presley is the lighter one, and they're a big fan of the show. And some of you call them out every now and then, so I appreciate that, and they appreciate that too. So anyway, the movie that we are going to review today is Table Number 21, which was a 2013 film. So I'm going to read you the pitch that Ron M gave us to watch this film. So what he wrote was, thrilling story with a highly shocking and shivering culmination, only 100 minutes, touches a very relevant issue which can't reveal. Also, very scenic locations outside India will keep you at edge till the last. That was his little blurb to get us to watch it. And I have to say, a lot of what Ron M says, I do agree with. So again, the movie is Table Number 21, and I thought it was more of a horror film. And what it really reminded me of, I don't know if you watch Black Mirror or not, but it really reminded me of an episode of Black Mirror, or even The Twilight Zone, for some of you who are older who remember The Twilight Zone. I think the fact that it was short worked for it. I think if they made it longer and tried to drag it out, I don't think that would have been good. But I will also say that this film that started one way, and I was into it. You know what I mean? I was into it. I was never bored. Things moved really fast. But I was kind of like, where is this going? And I understand also it was a remake of another film, or maybe a reimagining or whatever. I'm not sure. But it definitely took a turn that was unexpected. And to Ron M's point, apparently a very relevant topic to the educational system in India. So a little background on the film. It was directed by Aditya Datt. It starred Paresh Rawal, Rajeev Khandelwal, Tina Desai, and Dhruv Ganesh. Now, I say this, and you guys always correct me, so please do in the comment section. I don't think I've seen any of them in any films that I can remember. And I looked on their backgrounds, and I didn't recognize any of the films that they were in. So let me just start with that. So when it started, because I was expecting kind of a horror film, but it was corrected that it's more of a psychological thriller, which it absolutely fits that category. But I'm looking for a horror film. And at the beginning, they start off in Fiji, beautiful Fiji, with a beautiful love song. And they started fast with that, right? Well, there was one other scene, but that's kind of the beginning. So I was like, okay, psychological thriller or a horror film. They start off with this interesting song. Then they show the relationship between the husband and wife in this film, but played by Rajiv and Tina. And it got pretty sexy. In fact, there was even a pretty sexy shot, and she's beautiful and hot as hell. And they had a sexy thing in the shower. Now, the shower or waterfall. I do have a question, because this was a thread throughout this film, and having watched as many Indian films as I have, this is a thing. Public displays of affection, is that frowned upon in India? Because one thing I've noticed in these Indian films, when they want to be sexy, right? Sexual, I should say, they almost never kiss. It's rare that you see lovers kiss in these films. And that was actually a plot point in this film, that he was embarrassed about public displays of affection. So I'm just curious, is that something that is in the culture of India, and does that still exist today? Just curious. So now there was a line in there. The protagonist is named Khan, and I loved him in this. He was kind of creepy and smarmy, if you know what that means. But when he met the couple, he made a crack about, my name is Khan, but I'm not a terrorist. So my question is, because I don't know when My Name is Khan was made, was that a reference to that film? That in that film, he's because it was right after 9/11, he supposedly is, they think he's a terrorist. Did I just read too much into that? Let me know in the comment section. So now they play this game, which was very interesting because there was a scene, and this was right out of Sherlock Holmes, where they're at this resort and there's a bunch of people in the restaurant, bunch of people outside, and Khan goes and taps a glass. And everyone gets up and clears, except for a few people who will be involved with the game, which was right out of the Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey when Moriarty did that in the restaurant. I thought it was a cool scene, though. Very cool, to show you what kind of power this guy has. So now they're gonna play a game for a 21 million Fiji dollars. Okay, which is, I'm not sure how many cores that is. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. They're going to play a game. They have to answer 8 questions, and they have to do 8 tasks to win these. Now, I mean, without even watching it, you know that the questions are going to be trick questions. You know that the tasks are not going to be pretty. They're going to be ugly, because right at the beginning, the couple is in love and they're happy about this, and they get a chance because he lost his job, and they're doing all kinds of stuff to win this money, and they're thrilled to do it. So then they do one thing where she eats something that's just disgusting and she throws up. Well, the director does a point of view, so you see it from below the toilet, and you see her face, and it was pretty sick. So this thing that they're going to do, the questions, which is table 21. See, I thought it was going to be a psychological thriller about an evil restaurant, like, your table is ready, table 21, but it's not. It's actually the game. And the game is being streamed on the internet. Again, similar to a lot of threads of Black Mirror, if you ever watch that show. So he's got all these millions of people watching the show, going through these questions and humiliation as part of it. And the rules are, you cannot quit once you decide, and if you lie, you die. And they've got bracelets with lights on them, and if they lie, it goes green. If they tell the truth, it goes green. If they lie, it goes red. So they go through this, and it was, everyone, each one got worse and worse. He had 25 liters of blood, or not liters, milliliters, I guess, of blood. 25 liters. Yeah, that would have ended the movie right away. And then one of the more tragic ones, because that Tina, the actress, was just beautiful. Well, she had to cut her hair. And out of all the tasks that they had to do, and there were some bad ones, that was the one that like crossed the line. Again, the Indian people have phenomenal hair. Okay. I pray every day that my hair is going to grow like that, but it doesn't. So I found that interesting. Now, I do have a question in the comment section. Did they really cut her hair, or was that a bald cap? Because they didn't show it very much. It was always in short cuts, so you really couldn't tell, and I was looking for it. So then, again, as the questions go on, you find out, and I haven't heard this in any of the Indian movies I watched. She had an abortion and didn't tell him. And that was when he hit her. And that was done in a flashback because it was one of the questions. But that was, again, I've never heard that before in these films. And I don't know the Indian culture and what they feel about abortion, pro-life, pro-choice. But that was a little shocking. And that, and so now they also, they find out she cheated on him and she lied about it. So, okay. So again, that's the premise of the film. So here's where, for me, it really paid off. And you kind of had a hint of this. In flashbacks, you find out that when they were in college, the husband and wife, they did a lot of ragging or hazing or bullying, whatever you want to call it, to this one particular kid, Akram. Now, as the movie's progressing and they keep flashing back to this kid, I am starting to connect the dots. So it wasn't like the ending here was not a complete surprise to me by the time they got to it. But and this is where this movie turns into an anti-ragging movie, because Article 21 is in the Indian Constitution. And this was a message about enforcing that everybody deserves good treatment. Because the question I have about ragging, now in the States, we have hazing in college. And even in the movie Three Idiots, there was ragging, but it was, and Munabai MBBS, but it was mild. I mean, they had to sit there in their underwear and got slapped in their ass. Okay. You know, even in Munabai, Sanjay Dutt loved it. But in this movie, it wasn't ragging. I mean, it was torture. The treatment of Akram in this film was brutal. And you tell me, is that the stuff? Because in the credits, they showed clips, newspaper clips and blurbs about kids that have actually committed suicide because the ragging was so bad. I mean, is that really how bad it is? Because to me, it totally changed the tone of the film. So then you find out that obviously that is Khan's son. Akram is Khan's son. And this is all to make them pay, the husband and wife. And really what it ends up, and this is why I like the movie so much, the couple that you're rooting for, and there's a lot of tension in this film for the things they have to do. You're hoping they get through this, and you feel so bad for them. You find out that in this movie, they're the evil ones. They're the ones that deserve revenge. And that's what Khan did. He wanted them to see what they did. And the tasks that he put them through were what they did when they were ragging on Akbar, right? So that made this, it really pivoted, and I was like, whoa, I can't believe that just happened. So I like that. Now my complaint about this film is this kid seemed to be something was wrong with him mentally, because in the last scene they show him and he's just rocking and he's kind of out there, and the father explains that he went to school as a joyous, happy young guy, and he came back like this. Well, my question is, in order to do the tasks that related to how he was, during the ragging, how did he know all of it? Like every single thing that they did to him, he knew. That's the only way he could do this plan that he put in place. How did he know that? Did the kid slowly turn that way? So he explained everything to him. I don't know. It wasn't explained in the film. I don't think it needed to be, but that's my one complaint about the film. But overall, and again, if this was a longer film, I don't think I would have been into it as much. But there's a lot in an hour and 43 minutes, I think it is. There's a lot that happened. It's bang, bang, bang. And it was beautifully shot. They did some real interesting things. It looks like with a GoPro. At one point, he's walking through the city. It looks like an over-the-shoulder shot, but it looks connected to him. Like as he's moving, it's following him. So I think it was that. Really interesting stuff. So yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It was really, and I think his description of psychological drama is the right way. It's not a horror film. It's not scary in any way. It's intense. It's a little gross in some places. But overall, I really did like it. So Ron M653, thank you for recommending that. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. And again, let me know in the comment section if this is still a thing with this ragging. I just can't believe that anybody could be that vicious to another human being. Anyway, so that's my review. The next film I haven't decided yet, because I have to tell you something. I've been bitching about no Amir Khan films, and as a result of that, a lot of you have been recommending some films that I should watch. So I think I might watch an Amir Khan film before I go back to the viewer list. I haven't decided that yet. So there's a bunch of movies that came up in my queue that I'm looking forward to watch also. So I'm going to mix back and forth. I also want to just let you know that next week on the big show, we're going to review Piku. So please check that out. We'll be shooting that on Tuesday night. And for those of you who are asking, Sean's surgery has been delayed. So he is going to be on the show next week. I'm not sure how long it's delayed for, but he will be on the show. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it gets you to subscribe, hit the notification button, and please smash that like button. And if you think someone might like this, share it with them. Also, one other thing I want to say, our views have gone down, and a lot of you have a theory why. Some of them make a lot of sense, but like the trailer reactions, Ralph and I have done a bunch of those, and I would tell you half of them get a copyright hit and we can't post them. So I don't know why other channels are able to do these trailer reviews with current movies and they're able to show them. We've tried that and we can't do it. So I don't know what the answer is. Maybe it's the movies we're choosing. Maybe we're not doing enough current movies. I have no idea. Or maybe people just aren't interested in the movies. You know, you guys are recommending these movies. Maybe they're not interested in the ones that you love. I don't really care about that because I love people who love movies. And if you tell me you recommend a movie and here's the reasons why, I'm going to watch it. If 10 people watch it, hey, fine. If 1,000 people watch it, even better. But so that's how I kind of feel about that. But anyway, so that's it. I didn't mean to get philosophical on you, but I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time with another 10ish minute review.